Hello everyone. Having problem to understand Xref command in AutoCAD? Watch the video till the end and I am sure you will have very nice thought about the use of Xref. Whether you're just starting out or brushing up on your skills, mastering this command will make your drafting workflow much faster and cleaner. In today's tutorial, we're diving into a very useful tool in AutoCAD, that is external reference, or simply we can call it Xref. Before we start, let me remind you there are already some useful videos and many more to come with some free downloads on this channel you just don't want to miss. Okay, while drafting we might have to prepare many drawing sets. Let's say if we are working on building components, we need to prepare separate drawing files like electrical drawings, sanitary drawings, etc. In these drawings what we have in common is that they all needs to be on the same civil or structural planning. Very simple and basic way of preparing electrical or sanitary drawings may be to create separate layers and start drawing on the same civil drawing file. But, in case of some change in civil drawing, we will have to go on changing in all the files wherever we have used the civil drawing file. In this situation we will surely feel tedious. Therefore, to tackle this problem, Xref is the command that we should be using. What is Xref? Xref means the file which is referenced to any other external file or source. By using this command, we can reduce the need for copying and pasting. To reference any external drawing properly, not to forget we must have the units same as the working drawing unit. Now, let's see, we have here two files. One is civil drawing of a building and another is an electrical blocks drawing. First of all, let's open this civil drawing file. We have a very simple sample floor plan arrangement drawing. We have directly opened this file. So, we can work or edit normally here. But, let's say we have finalized the civil drawing for now. So, we are going to prepare electrical drawing over this plans. We can directly work on this same file by creating some new layers for electrical elements. But, as we have said, it will be tedious later on. We are not going to work on the same file. We are going to reference it on another file. So, if we are going to create a new file for electrical, save this file. And again save it with save as and give name. Let's say electrical. By doing save as, we will have a new file with given name on which we will already have the units same. So we won't have issues while referencing. Now, in this file we can delete everything. Let's type E and press enter and type all and press enter for selecting all. Then press enter. Then let's clean this file, type purge or just type PU and press enter. Click on purge all. This will delete all unnecessary layers from current drawing. Now let's attach the external reference. It's similar like inserting. So let's click here at insert. We can see lots of functions here. But right now we are talking only about Xref. So, we can see attach in this reference icons group. Click here. Now click on this files of type and select all files. Then find the file we are going to attach. Select that file and click on open, or we can just double click on the file. Then we can see this attach external reference setting dialog box. Or, there is another way too. Let's press escape. Now type attach as command. This prompts to same as before. Or we can type X or EF and press enter. This sidebar for external references opens. Let's click on this drop-down menu. We can select the property of file we want to attach. Or we can just right-click on this space and see the same options. Let's click on attach DWG. Now let's double-click on the file we want to Xref or select that file and click on open. Now we are at the same place as before. We can follow any process. In this attach external reference dialog box, let's have a look. Name of our file selected is shown here. And its preview here. In reference type, there are two options, attachment and overlay. Both the options will work without any problem for this current file. But the difference is seen when this current file will also be referenced by any other new file. The files which are attached in this working file will also loaded when this file itself is referenced by any other file. This may lead to the circulation of referencing and errors may be seen later on. But the files which are overlaid on this drawing are not loaded when this file is referenced by any other file. So, considering the effects, we can choose either options. And here scale. This will affect the scale of display of reference drawing towards different axes. Insertion point. This is to insert the reference drawing. Either we will manually click point on our model space or just keep it as original coordinates, that is leaving all 0. Now path type. This option is for the flexibility of finding referenced file while opening this host file in future. As default, we can see its relative path is being selected. This is the standard and usually most flexible path type. It specifies the Xref's location relative to the host drawing's location. Let's say we have a host drawing in folder A, and we have Xref location inside subfolder B within folder A. If we move folder A to any other location, Xref will still be found. And we can see another option, no path. This option is applied if the Xref file is located at the same folder as the host folder. This prevents AutoCAD from saving a path. And another option we can see here, full path. In this option we can have our Xref file at any location. The host file will follow the particular file path. Let's say our Xref is located at c:/project/detail/plan whitespace x whitespace ref.dwg. The host file will always look for this location for loading, and will be loaded until the Xref file is deleted or moved somewhere. For now, let's leave it as relative path. Rotation. This is to specify the angle of rotation for the referenced file here. We generally don't change this, so leave it as 0. Block unit. While referencing the external file, this host file is considering it same as block. The unit shown here is inches in factor 1. They are units that were set in the reference file. We cannot change it here. To change them, we have to open Xref file itself and change there and save. We can click here at Show Details and see our Xref file location path. Now we can click OK. Let's type Z and press Enter and E and press Enter for zoom extend. Now we can select our reference file like a block. We can move this anywhere, but whole file will move. But it's not generally recommended to move the Xref drawings in host file. Now we can start working in this file. Let's open a file to bring electrical blocks. Let's copy some blocks and paste in our drawing. And let me tell you, adopting the Xref function will help us to make our host file size very small compared to making separate files like electrical, sanitary, mechanical, etc. having all civil drawings on them. Once we have completed the work, we can save and close. Now let's save. We have some changes in the main Xref drawing. Let's make some edits and save it and close it. Now let's open the electrical drawing again. We can see our Xref drawing is also updated. Or, if we still need to change something on Xref, we can just double-click on it like we do in blocks. And we can see it's like similar to the block editor. We can make changes as required. Once done editing, we can click here for saving the change. Or if we don't want the change to remain, discard change. Click OK, and again we are out of the Xref file. And, sometimes if we have problems like Xref not found, then we can see in this external references and click on saved path and click on this 3 dot and find the new location of Xref file from here. Then select the file and click open. Now in case, if we have our external reference file already opened and we make some changes there, we have to first save it. Then come to the host file. And in external references we can see the reloading sign shown here. So right-click on this file. And click on this reload. Then we can find the Xref has been updated. We can see some more options here. Right-click and see. Click on Compare and click on Recent Changes. Will show the difference found from previous loaded Xref and the new change made to Xref that will be updated. We can close here and the Xref is updated. And if we select another option for compare, click on Select File. our Xref will be compared to any other file. Now this unload means not to show the Xref at the moment, but still exists when required at the same place. We can use this for working comfort. And this detaches for completely removing the Xref from the host file. In future, if we need, we have to follow the full process of external referencing. Now click on Bind. We have here two options, Bind and Insert. Bind option will bring the Xref drawing to host drawing in the form of block, but the layer names of Xref drawing will be changed from the original. But in Insert, Xref drawing is brought to the host drawing in the form of block with its original layer names. We can choose either options as required. From this Xref type, we can change the property of Xref file from overlay to attach or vice versa. Similarly, change path type. This select new path works for changing the reference path of Xref file location or a new file location. Find and replace is for replacing Xref file. We can also change the display style of Xref element layers from here. Let's type LA and press enter. Here click on this all to display all the layers. Scroll down here and we can see these layers deemed off. These deemed layers are the layers from our Xref file. We can change their properties from here. This will not affect the properties in the original drawing. Let's select all these deemed layers and give the color 8. Close the layer properties. The reason of some lines not changing their color to color 8 are because they are not in the by layer state in original drawing. By changing the Xref line's color here will make us easy to work. That brings us to the end of this AutoCAD tutorial. I hope you found it helpful and that you're feeling more confident using the tools we covered today. If you learned something new, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this. Got any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in the next video? Drop them in the comments below, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and happy drafting!